I love this nigga right here.
First off, I gotta say, lately I've been watching a lot of TV shows because, I kind of I'm starting to love this cinema shit on the shows, and shows over movie any day, what you want to do. And it's like, I've been trying to catch up on history with like some of the best shows, right? Might have to do Prison Break next. Still haven't seen it. But Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. And as regarded as one of the best shows of all time, The Wire is actually on there as well. It's on that list. So I'm like, a show about these niggas? Young Michael B. Jordan? Young Idris Elba? Like, what's up? And then, we're going to give y'all that little breakdown too. I'm going to give y'all that little breakdown too. I ain't going to go too crazy. Let's get started though.
You like the name? What? Snap movie.
Alright, first scene of the show. Basically, this is how the show starts off, right? That guy right there, name was Jimmy McNulty, the white man. And one of these guys had got killed. He was a popular around the town. He was like a junkie, but they let him steal, and then somebody smoked his ass. They music go crazy, though. If you walk through the garden. One thing you gotta notice, look, I'm gonna keep it 100. If the intro is trash, just know the season is ass. I want you to know that, okay? Listen. Sure. Alright, let me just point out some of these niggas to y'all right here, right? I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot of people in this show, and a lot of people that's not important, and a lot of bullshit they kind of just shove in a nigga mouth. But, some of these niggas is actually important. Right here, this man right here, Avon Barksdale. He ain't the main character, but he's the main character, right? His nephew, other young Barksdale, shout out to him. Stringer Bell, Idris Elba, the Dyke, Jimmy McNulty, Buck. What's his nigga? This the cat. No. There's a lot of rank about this shit. See, this show you kind of gotta be smart because it talks a lot about police and shit. Cause it's like commissioner is the top, and then under that, I don't know if it's the commander or the captain. I don't fucking know. But he's one of those. Damn, I kind of forgot his name. I'm gonna remember their names as we go on and shit though. But a couple of kill. He's a hitman. That nigga name is Marlo Stanfield. I always said lieutenant. Is this the lieutenant or one of these niggas are the lieutenant? That's his bitch. Just keep it a stack with you. That's one of the Greeks. That nigga's racist. I'll be honest. No, they got some little badass kids in this motherfucker too. But I'll reel y'all in. All right.
Mr. Gant, do you see the man you identified from that?
This talks about the
photo array
shooting.
card
That's Stringer Bell.
sitting in the courtroom today?
That's a hitman too. He low-key a good actor. Everybody on the show did they big one. Paul, you gay? That was Paul's.
He's right there.
For the record, the witness has
D'Angelo
identified the
Barksdale.
defendant, D'Angelo Barksdale.
D'Angelo Barksdale. He didn't go to jail or nothing.
Smart-ass piece of shit.
All right, look. So we got a little bit of a cordial, right? Let me just tell y'all about some of these clips that I chose to put in. So basically, it's a lot of shit about, a lot of like backstabbing type. A lot of this show has a lot to do with like backstabbing, and it actually does like with police politics, which I think is the only bad part of the show, to be honest with you. That and one of the main plot lines is really the only two bad things about the show. If you're not into shit like that, like Daredevil has politics, but they do it perfectly. A lot of shows don't do it like Daredevil. But if you're not into shit like that, you're probably not going to like past season 3. I'm just going to be honest with you. And some of the scenes, you're not going to be able to get through because it has a lot to do with politics and majors and colonels. But it's really lore of the story, right? Just about like you'll get the tone and the sense of the relationships and things like that from the clips.
What you doing over at the courthouse anyway? Why the fuck are you talking to some shitbag judge?
He doesn't like McNulty.
Easy for you, McNulty. This one over here is going up your narrow fucking Irish ass. And this bad boy over here is in your fucking eye. I'm upstairs answering questions about some project nigger I never even heard of who's supposed to have beat my unit out of 10 murders.
All right. That's really the whole thing of the show right there, right? They're trying to get this guy named Avon Barksdale, right? Now, the thing is, with the Avon Barksdale guy, they don't know what he looks like. They just know, word on the block, Avon Barksdale is the boss in charge. They have no idea. They only know Stringer Bell. They know Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell does all the politics and shit. These are big-time drug dealers. These niggas make racks. So I'm talking about they have a hell of money. You know, type of shit, smack a bitch money and get away with it. Kill a nigga money. They kill niggas, get away with it all the time. They got the best lawyer in the motherfucking world, them in there, right? So they're going to put together this group called Major Crimes, and the whole thing is they're going to try to catch Stringer Bell. That's the premise of the show. No, Barksdale, Avon Barksdale. And D'Angelo Barksdale, that's his nephew. He's big on family. Keep that in mind. All right, this is like the little club and shit where they get down, you know, afterbound lounge and shit. The police don't really know about this place because none of it's in his name. That's Barksdale, Stringer Bell. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know, vibing. Late night story type shit. This called the Towers. This where they be selling the dope at.
Yo, Wallace.
Young Michael B. Jordan. That's Wallace.
The way Ronnie Mo set it up? Yeah. Man, this is fucked up.
He in charge of them niggas.
You can't serve your customers straight up after taking their money. Somebody snapping pictures, they got the whole damn thing.
Damn.
See what I'm saying? You get paid. You send their ass off around the building, yo. Then you serve. All right? And we gotta start tightening up, man. No more shortcuts.
I fuck with him. That's one of the best things.
I'm thinking it's one thing for you little terrorist niggas to shoot somebody in the lobby of the 221 building. You know? Who gives a fuck?
Right, but when you ace a witness,
A working man?
who ain't even in the game, well, you gonna act like this is news?
All right. Now, let me tell y'all about that right there, right? A lot of this shit is like, you see that type of relationship, how those cops go down there? It's only a select few, only the main cast, Bunk and McNulty. It's more of like, these niggas know how they get down. They know how they be ace and shit. They've been dealing with this shit for a long time. But that's not how the law works. They cannot prove that, you know, they getting witnesses knocked off. They paying people off. They can't prove that they're killing them. But they're like, you niggas, you then shot this nigga, you project niggas, what the fuck y'all doing, huh? I thought y'all just sell y'all dope, sell y'all drugs. And they know they sell their dope and drugs, but they can't, you know, they're gonna, like, you're gonna see here, they've been watching them for a long time, right? But it's more so of, okay, I go at them now, I'm not gonna get Avon. Cause you take down Avon, these just a little foot soldiers. Take down the foot soldiers, those niggas can already get replaced, right? That's how I'm looking at it. But if you take down the captain, then all the shit gonna fumble. The whole ship gonna sink. So they just been scouting them out on top of roofs, taking pictures and shit.
I can see that a mile away.
Okay, that's the
No,
commissioner.
we're gonna sit tight. Let McNulty take his best shot and hope like hell he comes up short.
See, it's a lot of slimy business. It's a lot of slimy business. And it's going to really get into more of a lot of this shit is like, those clips is more of, some of them is going to set up shit in the future. And it's more of a context lore situation. And then some of them go nowhere, which is a bad part about this show. This nigga will make this nigga right here will make a nigga stop watching the show. I didn't want to slam my hand too hard because I'm pussy. But, bro, he has so many scenes. He's just a fucking homeless bum who goes around get his drugs, and then sometimes he works for the feds as an informant. But the nigga don't do no big shit. Like, and he has hella scenes. Right? He's a good ass, plays a good bum, but he's just unnecessary.
4, give or take.
On the low rises?
He doing good and shit, you know.
Damn, boy, you must have that crew humming. I don't remember a day we ever got this much from the courtyard.
Oh, courtyard, not the towers, my bad.
Get the fuck in here. Get your ass down. Sit your stupid ass down. Get the fuck down.
They just getting stuck up right now.
Get down. Get the fuck down, motherfucker.
Hey, yo, where that?
That right there is Omar Little. Omar Duvall Little. That's his full name, but just call him Omar.
Where that, man?
He gay. Blew that. Oh my god, he just blew that nigga knee off. He's done. He gave that shit up. But look, this is Omar. Like, this is what niggas know him for. He walks around town. He walks around town with a fucking shotgun. Swear to God. Niggas know that. They be like, it's Omar, it's Omar, it's Omar.
Yo, Omar coming, man. Oh, shit.
Like, he's dead ass a villain, but at the same time, he's not evil. He only robbed drug dealers, so. And that's his little crew. That's his boyfriend. That nigga with the light-skinned nigga. He ain't gonna kill him. They just gonna get that shit up. Yeah.
Get beeped, we get beeped.
Now, that's the whole major crimes, right? These two dirty motherfuckers. This racist motherfucker. Damn, what's her name again? It's on the tip of my tongue.
We see who's calling from what number.
McNulty, that nigga.
These guys are all that. Why they still using pagers? Why not and ask a few dollars for cell phones?
It's a discipline.
All right.
And there are assets to be seized down the road. Stuff that fronts.
Just talking about Avon here.
A strip club, a couple of West Side laundromats, a AAA-rated towing company, a funeral parlor.
A funeral parlor?
He bought out Tompkins over in Gwynn Falls last year. The money's going everywhere.
And that's just what we know from one of Avon's girls bragging to a friend of hers. I mean, Christ knows what else he's got that we're not even onto yet.
All right. Now, they have to keep going back to that guy because they need to get, like, extension. Because the major crimes unit is like a put-together force. But they have limited time, right? And then they're talking about the pagers and the payphones. Basically, the whole show is called The Wire, right? They set up wiretaps on the payphones. And then they get, like, the pagers. The pagers are spoken in code, but they still receive them. And then they end up deciphering them, right? Now, remember, Omar just robbed and sticked these niggas up not too long ago? Transition over to this.
My people on the one of Omar's boys down the Greeks.
Now, Wallace, the nigga that made the call to him, and then he called Stringer Bell because Omar nigga was at this arcade.
That's Omar's boy.
They cooked his ass, right? That's John Michael B. Jordan.
Nah, man, ain't like that. Yo. The air down here all sticky. Worse than Baltimore.
He took a break, bro. He couldn't do it after the whole fucking shit of, like, seeing that death. He really wasn't cut out for this life, quote unquote, and he kind of stepped away. Now, Omar, even though this nigga's a criminal and they know this nigga's a criminal, he still goes to the cops only to get justice for his boy, because it wasn't, even though Omar messed with his stash and that was a part of the game, just the way they killed him was fucked up, right? With the whole burning and shit. Like, they could just shot the nigga. And that's the day. And they got this dude right here.
You up for that?
Suck my dick, dyke cunt.
This nigga crazy.
Where's my lawyer at? Freak.
They got him for the arrest of Omar boy.
You got one chance, you stupid motherfucker. You roll back on the people you killed William Gant for, or you're gonna eat the whole meal.
Tell you what. Give me this hand back, step to me, and I'll fuck you in all three holes.
Money, no vows.
They beat the dog shit out that nigga. Them niggas dirty. You get in that room talking crazy, they be beating niggas up. I ain't gonna lie. They be beating niggas up. Really, they not dirty. They not dirty. But they do beat niggas up sometimes, right?
Been going in and out to Vegas, right?
Right. Now, the cops been, like, on they dick and shit, right? Arresting them and shit. Like, kind of being like, oh, why are the cops a step ahead of us, right?
Making sure them knuckles don't set up in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all know they got the
phones, no house phones neither, right?
Oh, man, nothing but these pages and them pay boxes over there. That's it.
Yeah, they got those wired and bugged, the pay boxes. So they hitting the dead end with the wires taps.
All right, tear them motherfuckers up.
Yeah. But they end up, figuring out new ways. Now, look at this shit. McNulty has his fucking kids following Stringer Bell. Those are literally his kids. Worst dad of the year. I swear to God, those are his kids. Like, he got them following nigga. Then he makes them write down their license plate.
Thing with my uncle might not be right for me, I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's about to leave. He's trying to basically, he's having second thoughts about the gang shit.
Nothing good to it but the money.
Right? Now, look. back her. She's at the police station for a whole separate different reason, right? So she had a little girlfriend and shit, and that bitch was like partying with some of the gangster niggas, and she basically did too much coke and died. They fucked the bitch, she died, and then they just wrapped the body up and shit and threw that motherfucker in the dumpster. And then she found out, right? But they know that she like he basically preyed on her sympathy, be like, cause she works at the club with Avon, so they're trying to get her to work for them. Damn, what's this bitch name?
I'm in the faggot.
They talking about Omar.
Omar?
You know, anytime they say cocksucker or faggot, they talking about Omar.
That nigga in the wind, man. Yeah, what you mean he in the wind, man?
They want his
He
head.
ain't that big.
They want his head. All right, damn, what is his name? Bro, and that Proposition Joe, my nigga. That's my nigga. That's Proposition Joe. It's West Side and East Side Baltimore niggas. He like the big dog on the other side, right? They just have like their family community basketball game. That's my nigga though. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, you trying to be like Pat Riley. Man, look the part, be the part, motherfucker. Nigga, please, you walking around with a fake fucking clipboard. You can't even read a playbook. Be for real.
Right now, look. This is the day they discovered what Avon looks like, right? They had somebody point him out. Then they end up trailing his car. But this nigga's one step ahead. But that nigga... But he knew they was on his ass. That nigga hit that nigga to the but now they finally know what he looks like. Before this day, this is probably episode 5, 6, 7. They don't know what he looks like.
Hey, they had cheese fries, baby. I got you some.
That's Omar. That was Omar. He still won Stricker, he still won Barksdale head. All right.
Guaranteed a parlay, and I'm here on it.
Proposition Joe.
Of course, he said y'all will be paying my fee rather than his own self. Your fee? I'm doing like one of the marriage counselors.
It's like a
Charge
meeting.
by the hour to tell
The beef is getting kind of staticky. They trying to do this shit to be like, let's chill out, call a truce. Even though Omar's a one-man army, but the nigga Omar's homeless. But the nigga's rich, but he's homeless. But he just be like, you can't. It's hard to get to that nigga. Like he don't be out. Like sometimes he even stay in vacant homes and shit. So like they basically just trying to call the truth. And he a good shooter.
Pooley need to bring some flowers home. And charge another hour telling the bitch she ought to suck some cock every little once in a while. You know, keep a marriage strong like that. Speaking of cocksuckers.
Omar.
Don't believe we met. Proposition Joe.
Proposition Joe is slimy because they already met before.
All right. Y'all both here on my guarantee, so respect that shit and say what you feel. I'm up out of here.
I'll be long, cause see, I
All
don't know
right.
where the stash is.
Now they got one of Barksdale people to snitch, right? And basically he's working with a cop. They was doing a fake drug meet. That's one of the cops in the back. Her name is still on the tip of my tongue. She's actually a very important character. She's, she has a wife and shit like that. But yeah.
What?
Something ain't right. This shit ain't right.
So they lit them niggas up. They set them up. Right. Now that nigga died, but the girl stayed alive. And a dope thing about this scene was like the criminals in this show is dumb smart, right? So they would flip the street signs and switch them around and shit, so the cops wouldn't know where the fuck they were going and shit. So it took them a while to find her. The girl, she stayed alive. She makes a full recovery, shit like that. But that nigga died, right? Now, on her, they give this bitch some fucking detective. No. Sorry about that. They give this bitch some contacts because she wears glasses, but she don't look sexy with glasses to them. But like, you know how this shit go. To each his own, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would take her down with or without the glasses. But just so she can identify somebody for them. But that will He came back.
You leaving, you stirred up some shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't your fault or nothing.
Yo, D, look, I appreciate what you're trying to say and all, but I grew up in the courts, all right? I've been with them niggas since shit forever.
Now, they stopped trusting that nigga since he left. They thought that nigga was sweet. And those is homies. But Stringer Bell had it done. They can't trust that nigga. Because the block is hot now. They know the feds on their tail. Shit like that. They can't be having no snitches.
Man, you's a weak ass nigga, man. You should have stayed down in the country, man.
Yo, I'm a nigga, yo.
You fucking brought this on yourself, man.
We boys.
You brought this on yourself.
Ain't gotta be like this, yo. We were niggas, man. BC, remember that?
Come on. Wetting your fucking pants like you a little boy. Be a man. Stand up like a motherfucking man. Do it, goddammit, if you gonna...
Caught his first body. Overfried that nigga. Sunny side up joint. Alright. Now, this nigga right here. This nigga has like. This nigga, he kills hella niggas. He's literally a hitman for them, right? They caught his ass with the bitch identifying and shit. You know, shit gonna catch up to you. Basically, you know, this a parlay to keep him off death row. He doing life.
Bryce,
He doing life.
you want to even dream about straight life for all these bodies? You got to wake up talking about Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell.
Nah.
Prior conviction.
Real gangster nigga, right? Now, basically, let me see what I'm at. Now, basically, right? Remember I told y'all that the clip where the guy was like he didn't know if this police shit was for us, his cousin. I mean, this gangster shit was for us, his cousin, Avon cousin, LeAngelo. LeAngelo had got arrested, and basically that nigga, you know, he started cooperating a little bit, not too much, but just enough. And then they had Avon on some other shit to where they was able to put these niggas, a whole bunch of these niggas in like, damn near like a little small RICO. And he was facing 20 years, Avon facing 7 years. But they in jail.
And is insisting that the effort to purchase and transport the kilo was undertaken on his own behest and is refusing to cooperate against others in the conspiracy. The state is offering only the maximum allowable 20 years, Your Honor.
But they got them in but they going to jail though. But they lawyer is crazy good, so he might get out, right? Now transition over to season 1, you know, it was good. It was cold to me. All the acting was cold. It ain't better than season 3. Season 3 the best. Season 3 the best. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go to season 2 though. Bro, them niggas going meat to meat. Hey, wash them hands, nigga. Alright, Avon in jail. So we got a new era, right? Stringer Bell is basically taking over the business. He was the number 2 man anyway, right? McNulty gets transferred over to some fuck ass unit, like on boats and shit, you know. But and then we got a new intro. There's a new intro. I like this one.
You gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. He's got the fire and the fury.
All right, season 2 is all about the docks, right? As you'll see in this clip right here, bro, they caught these girls in one of the containers in the docks. It was a bunch of dead girls in the containers of the docks, right? Now they getting back together, major crimes unit, to handle the situation because that's what they do, right? They got to keep these niggas around. We got a new booty. I forgot her name, but you know she out there. But McNulty not on the force, just this squad right here to solve what's going on at the docks. Right now, meet this fat motherfucker. Right, this is not the owner, but is he the owner? Or he's just like the boss of the docks. He's not the owner. You don't own the dock. That's some rich shit. but he's the boss, right? And everything, you know, goes through him.
Right. No, Ukraine.
This is his nephew. That's his son.
Same difference though.
He's a fucking
you're wrong.
and those are the Greeks, right? Those are the Greeks. Those are the niggas that they're gonna really be you know, they be doing all types of shit, getting cars over, drugs, the dead shit with the girls, you know.
What's the matter? You don't like being called Boris?
Sergey, that's his name.
Sergey, my nigga.
Yeah. Hey, I like that scene. That shit was cold. That shit was cold. The acting in this show is so good. And to be honest with you, it carries through the whole way of the seasons. If all these actors wasn't as good, even down to the Baltimore accents, you'll see later, down to the Baltimore accents, the acting in this show is so fucking good, right? Proposition Joe, he back. You know, can't get rid of my nigga Proposition Joe.
You need to get with Dee's girl. Have her bring that young one down here regular. She need to step up and do her fucking part.
All right. How's D taking it?
Pause. Basically, he's not really fucking with his uncle right now, right? They just trying to make sure he not gonna cooperate, nothing like that. But they still protect him because the family, even his mom D's mom is into this shit, which is his sister. But it's like on some shit, you know, like he's just like, I'm done with that gangster shit. I'm gonna take my time. And he's like, I'd rather be in jail than be out there on some gangster shit.
He gonna do what needs to be done, man. You know what I'm saying? D need a little help every now and again, but
You're not out of reach or nothing like that, right?
nah, not like that.
Sure. He's carrying a lot of weight for us, man.
Straight family, man.
Way.
That's D's girl.
He knows some.
She bad, but she a fucking hoe. If your bitch go to jail, nigga, she getting dick. He Stringer Bell fucking D girl. And D and her got a baby. You gonna see that little fat-headed motherfucker running around this bitch?
About it all, right?
Tell Avon, Stringer,
That's his mom.
and Donette, all of them, to leave me be.
Told you, he not playing ball. That nigga gets killed. Next scene, that niggas get killed. They strangle that nigga. They strangle that nigga, bro. Ew. But when he's strangling though, it's they basically planned it as a suicide. So it didn't look like nobody killed him. And then when the cops came and they found the nigga, he was like this hanging on the door and shit. So they just ruled it as a suicide, right? Now those are the East Side niggas, right? It's a new damn, these shoes big as a bitch. Nigga, you cannot fit them. You cannot fit them. Nigga, look at all this. All that curvature in the back. You look at his shoes. He got no curve in the back. And he got on no socks. You a wild nigga, OG. Now look, the East Side niggas, right, and the West Side niggas end up selling in the same territory. They were Proposition Joe. Stringer Bell and Proposition Joe, they started doing good business together. Right? With Avon wasn't parlaying with that. It wasn't no beef, but it's like, don't come the fuck around here because we'll get that shit killed. But Avon in jail.
That wasn't me. That wasn't Avon either. Bird and them were there to see it.
Omar Little is back. We're in season 2 now. They keep bringing this nigga back. Ain't gonna lie, he was carrying at one point. Yeah, he was carrying at one point. That's my nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sergey. But Omar is still hung up about his fucking boyfriend, which if you ask me, bro, I think is let that shit be gone. Probably about a year later. You know, but like even if that don't let him be gone, don't let it be all he's about. This is literally all Omar's about. I'm a gangster nigga, but let me put that shit on pause. I'ma still rob niggas here and there, but only time I'm talking is about my nigga and trying to get revenge from my nigga.
But another man did all the extras. All that cigarette shit.
You basically tell him who did it to his boy.
All that bullshit with the eyes. See, now this man, he building a rep for himself. And he wants you bad. The brutal shit, that's that's his calling card.
Named Brandon got here in Baltimore.
That's a
Stuck in
nigga.
Burn before he passed.
The game is the game.
Indeed. See, that boy was beautiful.
Pause.
When no need for you to do him the way y'all did. You feel me?
A year, you say?
About that.
You got some wrong information.
Now that nigga, he didn't do it, right? But that nigga's a short bow tie wearing ass nigga, and but that nigga he's the definition of don't judge the book by its cover. He shot a nigga, he gangster, and he got the aim, right? Now season 2, I could have put a lot more in about season 2, but the story goes nowhere. Season 2 is literally a filler. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can skip season 2 if you don't want to watch season 2. The acting is great. Yes, I told you. If the acting is so good, I think it carried the show here, right? If you think about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, acting was amazing. The acting was good, but the plot and the story was right. It was good. I got carried away. It was good, but here it's not the same thing. The story is a little janky, a little trash for season 2, but the acting is so good. Like the way they talk to each other, the character dialogue is like these niggas freestyled this whole shit. I'm dead ass. Right now, basically, right, he was done. This is the same guy with the fucking whole Shabam, the owner of the docks, the boss. He was done fucking with the Greeks. And he was just saying, like, he's basically, like, to get out of it, he's going to cooperate with the police. Right? The Greece wasn't really letting him go. And he's really only doing this because his fucking son. Damn, she look kind of good right there. Hold on, let me find it. His son kills some people. Right? He crashes out on them because they, like, played him like a punk. And he been getting bullied. I'm dead ass. He been getting bullied all season. A nigga lit his car on fire and stole his fucking jacket. Some black niggas. The stupidest shit ever. It goes nowhere. I can see how many people wouldn't like this. I haven't looked online or nothing about it. But I don't like season 2. Season 2 for me is a miss. Season 1 is a hit. Season 2 is a miss.
Problem. You want to make a phone call to someone?
Yeah. This shit just go hard. Oh, okay, my bad. let me chill. Let me show y'all some shit, right? It's basically just the Greeks like having dinner, a little montage, you know, that nigga snitching, and then what else happens? And then they're just gonna be like burning. They be having like fake passports and shit. Like these niggas get busy and shit, but they won't get caught. They will never get caught. And I'm gonna explain my frustration about season 4. That's the Greeks. This shit is hard though.
Ένα σίδερα αναμένο έχω στην καρδιά. Είναι η δική σου αγάπη που με τυραννά.
That nigga slide. I don't even know what he's saying. Okay, look. This is the only I wouldn't even call it good. This is the only point of this whole thing, right? They think this guy is the Greek. I call him the Greeks. The main guy, they just call him the Greek. But this is not the Greek. This is not the main guy. That's the Greek. And he's not even Greek. I swear to God. I swear to God. I remember he said that. I'm not even Greek. New passport. Wait, did I show that one part? I don't think I did. Oh, apologies about that. Alright. They kill him. They kill the dad. And the Greeks never get caught. That's it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That's literally it. They kill the dad. The Greeks don't get caught. Right? But you want to know the crazy thing is? Season 2 has 13 episodes. And You see how short that was? That's the only part of the story that mattered was the fucking them never getting caught and the Brandon situation and how that guy didn't really kill him. That's it. Stringer Bell was Stringer Bell doing business, and that shit was iffy, right? That shit really doesn't hit till season 3, right? That shit is really trash. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm rating season 2 off the story alone, it's like a 5. I'm gonna be honest. It's really a 4. I'm gonna keep it a stack. It's a 2. Right? That shit is literally stupid. This show is so brilliant. For them to put some shit like that in the show, I find it's very upsetting to me. It is. But season 3 is a motherfucking banger, bitch. Alright, look. Now you know that place where they be selling the dope and shit, right? The mayor, they blowing all them houses down. A lot of them was abandoned anyway. And now they gotta find a new place to sell their drugs. That's pretty much it. That's how we kick shit off. No, I didn't mean to say that's pretty much it. That's how we kick shit off, right? And they got the best fucking music, man.
When you walk through the car,
you better watch your back.
I know.
And Avon, he coming home too.
He will be home. OG Killer. Marlo. Marlo.
I know.
One thing about Marlo, he will become the main character, right? But as of right now, this is his first introduction. He's making waves on the block, and his name will come up fast.
And Avon, he coming home too.
My nigga Avon home.
What the fuck is, right?
Avon home. He got out in a year. He doing the rest 6, I guess, just being free. You know, case went nowhere. Cause his nephew did die.
You, B. All you. In your name, too. You know what I mean? This piece of paper right here, make it legit. Keys to the navigator in the basement. It's just a rental until you pick up something nice.
You know they got that paper. They got
all this, huh?
Yeah.
Putting this thing together.
Proposition Joe.
Old ass crew of gangsters, y'all carried it like Republicans and shit.
All right, look. Now, it's not a lot of substances behind Proposition Joe, behind the clips. Because in terms of the story, he doesn't really get... He just has, like, little jabs that will just kind of bring everything together. But it's not that important. But I fucking love Proposition Joe. He's just a good character. I like how he get down. I like his style. You know, but this whole shit right here, you know, they kind of set up like a group with all the head bosses. You know, no more drama on the streets, bro. We making our money, we making business, we not killing each other no more. They started being respectful and reform. East side, west side, south side, north side, all types of niggas. And that's what it was. But Avon wasn't really a part of that. To be honest with you, a lot of tension is gonna build because Stringer Bell's kinda niggas is looking at the nigga like the boss when he not.
Whether it's with the bodies we don't lost.
And he's moving like that.
Time in the joint.
And he's not with that meeting shit. He's not with that.
You gonna get some shit in this game, but ain't shit for free.
Once they've been down there a bit and they're used to putting their feet up and playing with the remote.
What's his name? Howard. Now I don't know if he's not the commissioner. I don't know if he's the chief or the commander. This nigga has the dumbest fucking idea of all time, right? A big thing is getting the crime rate down, seeing the crime rate go down, because it's shot up crazy after they blew up those homes, abandoned homes. That's where they were serving the fiends at. Now they on the block with it. New part of the show, they're on the block with it. This is bringing a lot of attention. They have a lot of shootouts, shit popping like that. You know, it's a lot of Marlo's gang too, because the Marlo's gang didn't have the courtyard and shit. They been on the block. Courtyard gone. Everybody on the block now. You see what I'm saying? So this nigga came up with the idea to lower the crime rate. He's gonna take all the criminals and put them in this section, and all the fiends and put them in this section. And he tells them that they will have a pass to sell drugs. They will not be arrested as long as they stay in that area and they don't go to certain areas.
Then we move. Then.
But everybody doesn't know about this.
Get it this way, gentlemen.
But only for a certain time. It's called a
Would you rather
deterrent.
shoot a fish in the ocean? Or would you rather gather them up in a few small barrels and start emptying your clips in?
Not to mention, you still get to kick the shit out of all the meth that don't move off our corners.
Immunity from arrest and prosecution. You free to make your drops, collect what need collecting. Won't nobody bother you. You got my word.
Where they had like drugs called like Trump Tower, WMD. I want to know what they supposed to mean. This what it looks like though. These all the fiends and shit, all in this area. They just keep a cop for like no violence. It's no violence, but you can sell your dope.
Can we have an 8-ball?
8-ball, huh? So how you doing today?
No offense, but can we just get the 8-ball?
All right, just being social.
Hey, dub that lame ass nigga. Right now, nobody knew about this at first. Right? But then, you know, that nigga, Howard, eventually he had to tell his upper people, and then they was just like, fuck. And then they had told the mayor, and then the mayor was just like, let's keep it under wraps. But even though the crime rate was down 14%, eventually the newscast found out about it, and they pull up. And they start recording this shit.
Right. That was Foxtrot. The cameras have found our little shit pile.
Finally, your fucking councilman took his sweet time to...
I was a prisoner of the goddamn politicians. Or...
Now look, this is kind of where I feel like the show takes a turn, for the better or for the worse, depending on who you are, right? Like I told y'all, Daredevil does politics the best because he's a lawyer. Does lawyer count as politics? It's not really lawyer shit. Well, it's a little bit, but it's more of like mayor, commissioner, dealing with the police and shit like that. That side of it, right? I like it. I know a lot of people who wouldn't like this type of stuff, but I think it's great, right? So this goes into the whole thing. Remember I told y'all from the jump, these niggas are some backstabbing bitches? A lot of this show has to do with backstabbing and about the, you know, how dirty politics is, and they're just showing that off about like twisting stories. And because he was basically saying they told him not to move on those fiends when he found out because the crime rate was low, and the mayor wanted to figure out a better solution, because if not, crime rate would have went back up. But his I don't know, it's like the deputy, that's the commissioner. He's the boss of all them, right? And the black dude Howard who did it, he's like 2 notches under. Yeah, he's 2 notches under. So he's really a boss in his own right.
I leave your office right now, willing to say a lot less than that.
They pull up, they get on the fiend's ass. They got the German Shepherds.
Outstanding, red team, outstanding.
Get them niggas. Get them niggas. Get them niggas. Right? Stringer Bell, this is just this is a business clip that I'm gonna talk about, right? This is just a montage of this nigga going around fucking handling business, because it's only gonna matter. That's Clay Davis. He's a fucking scammer. It's only gonna matter, fucking bitch. It's only gonna matter for the next scene.
Oh, it's the goose that laid the golden egg. You ever actually meet the man? Did you ever actually see any of your cash?
He's talking about Clay
I
Davis.
met the guy at the federal building. Yeah, I met him. Yeah, what office?
He's trying to get into politics, right? In the business, and politics. He literally was taking classes, all types of shit.
He rain major.
But Avon
The guy says if
secretly
you pay
doesn't
him,
like
he
it.
can make it rain. You pay him. If and when it rains, he takes the credit.
That's
If
the
and when it
lawyer.
doesn't,
Bro, I'm sore.
He finds reasons for you to pay him.
See you anyway.
What you need?
Slim. Oh no. Hitman.
I need you to hit somebody.
Who we hitting?
Clay Davis.
The Clay Davis?
Downtown Clay Davis?
That's supposed to mean something to me, man. That nigga need to be got.
Shit, straight murder ain't no thing. But this here's some assassination
nigga,
shit,
I tell
man.
you getting somebody, you getting them. I ain't asking.
Damn, String, I don't know.
Nigga, I gotta remind her who the fuck you work for.
Hey, I think Slim gonna have to sit this one out, boss.
That's the real boss. All right, so don't let that confuse you. That's on some like, you know, player boss. If you've been around black niggas, you know how they talk.
You finna go hit a state senator now, huh? Yo, you kill a downtown nigga like that, the whole world gonna stand up and take notice. I'm talking about the state police,
Bro, my
federals,
nails grow back fast.
all of that. You need a dead jackal type motherfucker basically to do some shit like that, not a rumble tumble nigga like Slim.
That nigga took our money, man.
I seen it coming.
Well, he gotta go.
Nah, you a fucking businessman. You wanna handle it like that. You don't wanna get all gangsta wild with it and shit, right?
Yeah, because at first, that's this whole problem, right? If you're not understanding why he said that. At first, it was gangsters, you know, niggas on niggas shit, but String of Bells started making investments and doing business type shit. And instead of just clapping niggas on the street when it's a problem, going to the group and having solutions and handling solutions. Barksdale hated that shit. Avon hated that shit. I'm calling him Barksdale, nigga. Get alive. Barksdale hated that shit. All that shit. He wanted to keep it gangster, shoot a nigga, kill a nigga, niggas getting whacked. And that's what his frustration
What I tell you about playing them fucking away games?
You feel me? You sure you want us on Marlon or Omar both?
Hey,
I mean,
appreciate
Omar ain't
that.
come back on us since we got his bitch.
YSFRDT. Omar. Oh, whatchamacallit? What'd he say? My bad.
Since we got his bitch.
Oh, okay. Remember I told y'all about the what's the guy's name? Marlo, right? Marlo's gang, they heavy in the street. I ain't really put much clips in it because it's not important, right? But they heavy in the street. You know, they really stepping on shit, if we just say that. And Barksdale not going. But let me translate it for the white folk. No, I'm fucking with you. That's one of they hitmans. That stud and that nigga right there, man. I would get that nigga a brush. But that nigga a comb too. But that's like one of they hitmen. They the muscle. They like Slim. Pow! Killed the nigga in the other seat. Shot that nigga Avon in the shoulder, man.
No, drive, motherfucker, get out of here!
The Chump brothers. You know what the difference is between me and you? I bleed red. You bleed green. What you been building for us? Huh? You know what? I look at you these days, you know what I see? I see a man without a country. Not hard enough for this right here. And maybe, just maybe, not smart enough for them out there.
Not hard enough.
No offense. I don't think you ever really were.
Damn.
You got skills, yeah, no doubt, but...
What, cause I don't shoot up a block indiscriminate? I ain't hard enough? Huh? Because I think before I snatch a life, I ain't in this bullshit.
Snatch a life? What life you snatch, huh?
You know, Brianna went downtown, man, saw that detective. Man stoking her head saying that D'Angelo's death is no suicide.
Which it wasn't, but everybody believes it is. Now keep that in mind because it's going to play an important part, a big important part of the story.
Yeah, so?
Not that
Man,
big.
ain't wrong about that.
What?
Knew you couldn't do it.
He had him killed. He was
Brianna
never gonna kill him. They really value family.
That's it. But there you go, a life that had to be snatched, Avon.
He has a fucking bullet hole in the shoulder.
Yo, man, I took that
that shit off you. Put it on me, man, because that motherfucker was out of pocket with that shit. 20 years above his fucking head. He flipped, man. They got you, me, and fucking Brianna. No fucking way, man. Hell.
Damn it, what is this woman's name? Shit! I have to look it up. I have to look it up. No, can I? What if I use brain power? Kima! I swear to God I didn't look it up. I swear to God I didn't look it up. That's right hand to him. That's right hand to him. Kima, I'm not watching One Piece, nigga. No, I'm gonna watch One Piece after I watch Prison Break. Right? Kima. That's her name, Kima. Alright? I'm gonna be honest. You know, besides that whole plot line, I just wanted to put in a couple clips for the Kima fans. You know, they had a baby together. She doesn't have a penis, artificial insemination. You know, shout out to all the Kima fans in the chat. That's really it, you know. Just show them they breaking up because the baby, she didn't really want the baby. And she did. But she, you know how this shit goes. She was like, yeah, let's have a baby. And then when the baby came, it drove a wedge between them. Jimmy used to fuck her when they was drunk. She also like a, I don't know, attorney, some shit like that. But now she fucking on him.
And we came up with
And that's his boss.
rather interesting pattern.
Check this out. This is the pattern of a closed communication network, something you'd expect from a drug organization. This particular one, so far, involves 15 distinct burners.
They tapping the burners now. Well, they're not tapping the burners because that's impossible. But they're trying to get access to the burners through the companies.
15? No. I mean, my man had nothing to do with this. They thought it was part of some elaborate trap.
Yeah, they was finna fuck up. Everybody's finna get fucked up. But, you know, he took the fall for it, and that's what it was.
So if you need me to fall on that sword, I'm good with that.
And he gonna take the fall by himself.
You're good with it.
Hey, you know, I got my vacation time, and that's 30 in a couple of months. So if you need me to fall, I'm ready. But don't let me hear that you're taking any punitive action against my people. Because I can get on a soapbox and I can lie as good as the next man.
The dirt.
I have to.
That's the dirt.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, I am, Commissioner.
I believe I am, sir. My apologies.
Bunny, you cocksucker, I gotta give it to you. A brilliant idea. Insane and illegal, but stone fucking brilliant nonetheless.
All right.
Pull it slowly, then toss it.
Oh, I will move slow.
Omar's back. Remember what I told y'all about Omar. Great actor. Dog shit character. All right. This is still about Brandon. They're going to have a cordial meeting together. They're going to talk to one another. After he shot him, he let him go. And then they're going to, you know, discuss how they should move. Because they got a problem to solve. The problem was they're going to actually, he's going to, he wanted to talk, the bow tie nigga wanted to talk to him because he knows who actually did it, right? And he's going to tell him who it was, right? But it was whatchamacallit, what's this nigga? It was Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell's the one who he didn't do it, but he has people did it. And he put it on the bow tie nigga. The bow tie nigga worked for Barksdale. But when Barksdale was in jail, he was going through with him. Now, that whole lying shit led to him getting shot, and that's why he's upset. Not really that big of a deal with me. I mean, I thought he was a gangster, but yeah. And this is him talking to the police. And what did they discuss? He gave him some whereabouts to the safe house where Avon be at. He basically gave him up, right? Now let me go here.
That third person's word was your word.
This is about the shooting thing again, right? Basically saying you got me shot because yo nigga blah blah blah. And he gave Stringer Bell up to him as well.
Your man told Omar Little that I was responsible for the torture of a young boy who was close to Mr. Little's heart.
Sort it out. And hey, if the shit don't come up right, one way or another, you gonna pay for this shit.
Look, I understand you're angry, but at the same time, you can see the progress we've made in here. Now, I honestly don't know what passed between you and Senator Davis. But if you're unhappy with Clayton's performance, and you have to work...
It's all about the scamming business.
Shit! Oh, God!
He got a score to settle.
Oh, God, no!
Why is he playing with that nigga like that? Boy, I would have jumped through that motherfucking window. I can fall 2 stories on my shoulder. Nah, fuck that. You gotta fall on your ass. They got
I
it.
ain't strapped. Look, man. I ain't involved. I ain't involved in
I like
that
how they
gangster
switched the
bullshit no more.
shotguns.
The boy gave you up.
Yep.
That's right. And we ain't had to torture his ass neither.
It seemed like I can't say nothing to change your minds. Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
They killed his ass. Right. Now back over here. Remember I told y'all Stringer Bell gave that nigga safe house up. That goes into this scene right here.
Yo, B.
They still want to slide on
Sham saying that
Marlo.
Charles saying they still up at the rim shop. Marlo.
And he just found out Stringer Bell died, and he was a little fucked up about it. Even though you the one that gave him up, but
Wait, Chris and Vincent, they still eating. But the rest of the muscle, they rolled out.
hey, this shit funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas is finna have a shootout with the police. Now him going back to jail, he gonna have to do the rest of that. He gotta do 6 years automatically. He has to finish the rest of his sentence automatically.
Fucked up, man. Hey, y'all ask me, y'all ugly ass niggas shouldn't be in here fucking around with all these guns and shit, you know what I'm talking about?
Bro, that shit was funny as hell. That nigga said, "Yo, ugly ass niggas shouldn't be fucking with these guns." He just said everything is mine, even though they ain't had no prints. It's too late though. He was around guns and all that shit.
Y'all ugly ass.
Hey, that nigga know he cooked when he started smiling.
Fucked up, man. Hey, y'all ask me, y'all ugly ass niggas shouldn't be in here fucking around with all these guns and shit, you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? Man, who? Bro, that shit is funny though. That shit funny though, man. Shout out season 3, bro. Season 3 was hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Season 3 was hard as fuck. That whole shit with the fiends selling the dope. I didn't really want to put too many clips in there about that, but that plot line was cold. I mean, I summed it up quick. I gave a summary, but in terms of like the quality of the clips and interesting over boring, man, this season 3 was a 10 out of 10, my nigga. Season 3 was a 10 out of 10, my nigga. Season 2 was like a 5 to me, looking back on it. Season 1 was a 9. Season 2 was a 5. Season 3 was a 10, bro. Season 3 was fucking amazing. The only reason why, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Season 2 isn't even trash, but it just doesn't, you don't go nowhere with none of that shit. So, to be honest, it was a waste of time. Niggas is out here telling stories, spooky stories. That nigga going to jail. He run jail though. Like he's literally kingpin. Season 4, we made it. We made it. All right, let's talk about season 4 for a second while we let these clips play. The whole thing with season 4 is, right, new kid on the block, Marlo is now the boss, right? It was Barksdale time. Now it's Marlo time. Oh, hold on. Gotta get that. Ain't gonna lie, season 4 is cold. No. See, this for the show. Season 4, look. Season 4 had a little dip, but the music is dog shit. Listen to this shit.
When you walk through the garden,
Hell no song. You heard the other shit. I can walk through the garden.
Feel like a punk.
All right. Now, let's talk about it, right? This is the whole... I ain't gonna lie. Season 4... I need a moment. Season 4 is low-key cold. Might be top underrated. And I'm finna tell you why. It's just good. It's funny. It's just lit, right? Marlo's on top. All the niggas in jail. The shit is now different.
Mayor Barksdale left. You out here on your own, dog.
700 years?
That's how it is
Read
now.
this shit.
Now, those are some kids, right? Sometimes they be serving. Sometimes they on the block. Sometimes they be good. But these niggas are bad as fuck. And they're in school. L on the politics. You see that? Carcetti for mayor. This is about a senator running for mayor. You know, they have a lot of these clips. I'm going to be honest with you. His scenes are kind of dragged out. I don't like any of his scenes. I don't think I like the mayor storyline. I don't think they should have put it in, right? Now, you see him boarding up this wood. Now, remember I told y'all, they were hitmen, right? So they was in vacant homes. They would stash bodies and use nails to board them up so nobody would ever find, because this is the slums, nigga. It's abandoned homes everywhere. So that's how they wasn't getting caught. And that's a big part of the show, right? But besides that, it ain't really nothing going on with Marlo, right? Marlo got some scenes. This is him doing basic bad guy shit. Talking to a nigga, punking to a nigga, chopping it up with Proposition Joe.
Thing you got with disappearing the body.
He with Joe.
Man saying if you just vanish in the bodies like that, it do kind of defeats its own purpose. And niggas don't know if they went back to the Bronx or whatever.
Bro, this nigga played a crazy good, like, side bad guy. Hitman. Like, rumble tumble nigga. With that Baltimore shit, he was cold. Proposition Joe, my nigga. Grew his hair back up, my nigga. That's my nigga, though. That's my nigga. I get excited when I see him.
Prop Joe in the co-op.
Joe going with the man we robbed.
This nigga gets a new boy toy every season. Just putting that out there, right? I ain't got no problem with it. That's just what it is. I low-key think it's getting a little boring. Because these niggas, they literally barely exist, right? It's really just about Marlo. He's done with the whole storyline with Brandon, right? Basically, running around town robbing niggas, he ends up robbing Marlo. Joe actually set him up to it. Joe didn't get nothing off of it, right? But he ends up robbing Marlo, and that's kind of what it was. But Marlo wasn't going for it. Now look, bro. This nigga right here is just a fucking boxing coach. I had to put him in there because I didn't. But he has so many scenes. Well, this is why I put him in there. He's basically just trying to get the kids to do good. Get off the streets. Because he used to be in the streets. And he'll get back into them for like 2 minutes. But then he'll quit. But that's pretty much all it is. He's just trying to get the kids to do good. Stay out the streets. Box. You know, classic nigga shit. Box, football, basketball. But remember I told y'all Omar, he be out there. Niggas don't know where he be at. Niggas don't know. They got the Royce Mayor. It's a whole mayor campaign shit. He robs this nigga.
Hey, yo, you seen the look on his mug?
Mm-hmm.
Next order of business, fresh warrants. Beginning with murder and weapons charges of one Omar Little. Anyone know this mutt? Oh, yeah.
Now, the police actually have a relationship with Omar, especially major crimes. They know what type of man Omar is. Omar literally came to the stand, talked about what he does, all that. He is not a bad man. He's not going to rob no store, no random store. He's not gonna do nothing like that. He only robs drug dealers. Right? So he's basically Omar framed him for murdering these people at the store, this lady and this, and you know that nigga that he just robbed, Omar guy beat the shit out of him and made him say that it was Omar that killed the lady and shit.
Who'd he kill? Some lady in the store. Reads like a taxpayer.
Taxpayer?
You see why he did that? Because he was just like, he wouldn't be on that. Right now, this whole story with the kids in school is funny as fuck. But let me break it down to you, right? Basically, it's badass kids in school, like the baddest of the baddest, and some of them go to like alternative programs, and it's about that. You remember that guy, the cop Howard, who did the dumb shit? I don't know if he's a chief. I really don't know. He ain't a detective. He's something else. They did that dumb shit, right? He got fired, and basically he was just involved with the alternative program. I think this show has a thing of like not letting characters go. Just gonna be honest with you. But these niggas funny as fuck, though.
7th graders.
Look at this shit.
Yo, them bitches is on steroids, son. Send them bitches to Iran. That should be over in a heartbeat.
Alright, look, right. So this guy was involved in major crimes, right? Y'all seen him a couple times. I didn't give him that much screen time. He's kind of trash. But he got fired because he shot a black nigga, right? He shot him on accident. No, boy, he shot him on purpose. You don't shoot a nigga on accident. The gun didn't fall. He thought he was a criminal, but he was a black police officer. He shot his ass, right? But he didn't end up going to jail. You know, a lot of people came to his beck and call because genuinely it was an accident, but it might have been like hints of racism in there. But it was an accident, though. It was a situation, and, you know, it was a dark alley. But basically, remember I told you they don't let people go? Classic teacher meet student arc, right? Nothing special about that. Badass kids, don't respect them. Will he earn the respect, yes or no? That's it. Nothing crazy.
Meet him in Philadelphia.
Low-key is kind of bad.
Aren't you gonna bone that skank? Can you please shut up? Mr. Presbo trying to teach us something.
You shut up, bitch. He ain't teaching me nothing.
Bro, that little nigga is bad as fuck. I was wild. Me and my niggas was wild. I was getting phone calls every day, nigga, but I wasn't talking like... I was talking like that. Just not out loud, though. Like, not... We was cussing all that, but just not loudly to where the teachers can hear it. Them niggas is wild.
Now, Andre's friend Yvonne is supposed to meet him in Philadelphia.
Yeah, aren't you gonna bone that skank? Can you please shut up? Mr. Presbo trying to teach us something.
You shut up, bitch. He ain't teaching me nothing.
Yvonne, though.
Yeah, you know, it's one of us.
Remember I told y'all about that alternative program? It's just bad kids that they can't be in regular class.
I'm sorry you're having
To find my fucking camera.
Alright. I actually hate those two niggas. I hate this nigga. Open your eyes, gay ass nigga. I hate this nigga, and I hate the guy he's sitting across from. Alright? These guys are just, they whooping nigga ass every now and then, but they kind of have a lot of scenes and they're pointless, right? Their whole arc in this show is that they were trying to get up on Marlo by having like camera. This is back in the day. Like I think like season 1 or some shit, 9/11 might have just happened, or it happened not too long ago, and they live in Baltimore and New York's right over there. So this is a long time ago, right? Technology isn't that crazy, right? Like, you know, with the pagers and shit. My fault. I'm tripping. So they had like this camera, right? Like a little small camera. I guess they like put somewhere. Like I don't know if they put it in a ball. They might have put it in a bird. I think they put it in a ball. And basically they lost it. And if they lose the camera, they I guess they did it through like the budget of their department. They might get fired. It's stupid as fuck. Literally. I think they leave.
You're seeing pigeons?
They left it in a bird, and then they lost it.
Like that?
Y'all know that's the same bum. You know that bum? He has so many fucking scenes. It's annoying. I actually hate bum. I don't even know his name. I don't even know his name. But let me tell you about this stupid ass shit. This nigga's homeless. He be trying to make his way, stay off drugs. He'll sell some clothes and shit now and then. And a guy in their like homeless area, every time he sees him, beats his ass and takes his money. That's it. A grown ass man getting his ass whooped, and then he's friends with the police, so he tries to go to the police. And it's annoying. It happens probably every episode, and they taking time on my day to fucking talk to this motherfucking shit. Like I got him seeing this ugly ass nigga on screen. I was low-key pissed. I almost had to stop watching it when I seen this.
Like that?
Very upsetting. He just takes his money, and he try to. Alright, this some funny ass shit, right? He hides the money in like different places, and then he finds it. He gets his ass whooped though before he talks. Like, nigga, you know he gonna take it. Just give the nigga the money, right? This is the. Remember I told you about those badass kids? That nigga got wheels, and he put this cops on a chase, and he gets away. And he crashes his car, all types of shit. The cop crashes into somebody and shit, and the little kid gets away. But like I told y'all, they have these relationships, so he knows the kid. He knows where he hangs out.
You know what kind of fucking paperwork I got now? Huh? You know how many hours of my life you owe me? You little shit?
Damn, yo, that hurt.
You think that hurts?
No. That the police kicked your door in. I seen.
Alright. Now that I'm looking back at that shit, I fucking hate that scene. Little nigga serving on the block, right? They on their own. They all work under Omar, really. I think. Yeah, they do. Some of them do, some of them don't. Right? But they have this little kid at the stash. Like, he keeps the stash on him. Because who would ever, the cops would never raid a kid. I'm talking about this nigga's like, you're about to see this little nigga? And he basically lied and told him that the cops kicked
How
the
you
door,
gonna lie?
man.
Go on, man.
Where the package at, man?
Package up my ass, Gump.
Y'all mother.
You're about to. Go on, walk. Gump ass motherfucker.
He beats the shit out that nigga. He said, look at that little nigga getting his ass beat. Alright, look. Remember I told y'all they had like the bodies in the abandoned buildings? One of the detectives went to the buildings and discovered that the nails were like the white. They were like replacement nails, the white ones, instead of the silver screw ones, right? And it was like the end of the year, and it's a bunch of bodies in those buildings. Anyone with the white nails, and they were they just discovered that. But this is his boss. It's hella rankings in this police force shit, and I don't know, but listen.
Fuck me. I'm dealing with Madame Curie here.
This nail here comes from a nail gun. And it comes from the house with a dead man inside. Every other house has screws that HCD uses. We find these in the plywood anywhere in the city, and there's a body inside.
Gosh, that's good work. No, I'm very impressed.
Bunk!
Do you see a tool belt on me? Do I look like one of those fucking jerk-offs in aisle 5 of the Home fucking Depot? There's 3 weeks left in the year, and our unit clearance rate is under 50%.
Yeah.
We do not go looking for bodies, especially moldering fucking John Does. We do not put red up on the board voluntarily.
Jay, the bodies are in the houses. Marlo Stanfield's bodies.
Then they belong to him.
See what I'm saying? But they end up doing their little own shit, like, on their own. They end up going to the I think they go to, like, somebody else, maybe the commissioner or something, and they end up, like, continuing on with the investigation. They pull one of them motherfuckers over, Kima. Kima's a great actor. I didn't show her much love because I'm trying to keep it story-based, really.
There it is.
You know, I almost feel regret in not letting her, like, have hella scenes and shit. She has hella good scenes, They're just not as important as some of the other shit. But they pulled over the hitman and shit. Those are the 2 hitmen.
It ain't even our truck.
I ain't gonna lie, they probably killed about 50 niggas. These niggas are serial killers. They not hitmen. Like, they kill niggas.
Court order. We get blood and hair.
14 head hairs, 14 body hairs, 2 blood samples each.
It's a lot of houses. A lot of deeds. Who knows what you left behind?
For the dead bodies. They know they the hitman, right? Now, this is an important part of the show because this is my nigga right here. I know I wasn't showing him love. You know, only really clips I showed was him killing Wallace and shit. Young Michael B. Jordan. But, you know, bro, he was stepping on that acting shit. I fuck with him heavy. I actually grew attached to this little nigga. But basically, a big problem in the new game, like I told y'all, it's a new era, was Marlo was not crazy, but he was just, he don't trust niggas. And basically, if you ever got picked up by the cops and you was selling drugs or some shit, they automatically assume you snitch and they killed your ass. And one of his friends got killed and he said that was fucked up. That was wrong. Which it usually, you know what I'm saying, you gotta test a nigga gangsters if he snitch, blah, blah, blah. And basically, he was like, he ain't gonna snitch on his homies and shit, but he gonna give them anything they need so they can get Marlo. Basically, they got a witness. This nigga gonna take him to the promised land to get Marlo.
Yo, Bodie. Yo, Bodie.
Now the Grim Reapers then pulled up. Beat a beat and braid. That's what I call them.
Yo, Bodie, you better run, yo. Yo, this is my corner. I ain't running nowhere. Yo, Bodie, is you crazy?
My nigga. That's my nigga. I'm like, that's my nigga for real. Shoot. Shoot.
Move with it, motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Right here.
He crashing out.
If you ain't put me up in one of them empty ass houses, neither. Bodie. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just take off and just stay with the cops and get all them niggas locked up. That's one of the kids. He worked for them now. He earned his stripes. But that's pretty much it. They couldn't get the nigga off no tap. It was GG's. It was kind of a continuation. This is kind of the first continuation story they did. Oh no, I guess season 1 and 2 will continue. Season 1 and 3. Season 1 and 3 was continuation. Season 2 was about the Greeks. They should never put season 2 in there. Alright, the piece of shit I call season 5. Ain't lie. You will not catch me saying nothing positive for the next 12 minutes. I'm on straight bullshit. I cannot stand season 5. I almost quit the show. So serious. I hate season 5. Just listen to the fucking music, man. Like I told y'all niggas from the jump. If the intro is trash, the show is ass. Nigga, this season is garbage, bro. All the soul has left. When you walk through the garden. Who the fuck is this? I don't know what. I'm finna. This nigga might name. I don't know, man. This might be Tommy. Alright. You know, Marlo back on this regular bullshit, you know, serving the block, shit like that. Ain't nothing really too special. You know, they still watching that nigga, right? Now, he gets a promotion. He goes to be, I don't know, I forgot what his rank was. I should have studied the ranks. Next time I'm studying the ranks. I won't fail you again. I'm gonna fail you again. The Western District, right? And basically, he's in command over here. Now, the whole thing with this season is the city doesn't have enough money to pay the police. And they're cutting funding on school and things like that. So basically, niggas is not getting paid. Niggas is not getting no hours. And they can't investigate Marlo. Cause it's for everybody, the whole city. He's just in another district.
And my ex-wife, so she can pay a cut of an attorney.
Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down in your fucking seats.
All right. Another thing is, yeah, it's time for me to get negative. The worst part of this whole shit pile of season, they give this nigga McNulty a drinking problem. He just becomes an alcoholic out of nowhere. 4 seasons, my nigga was, he would get drunk, but not like this. They just gave him a drinking problem. And the nigga's broke. They're not getting money, so I don't know where he's getting alcohol from, right? But they just threw a drinking problem on him. And he's, being drunk and sloppy on the scenes and shit like
We
that.
can always knock off a liquor store. G&L on Edmondson. Then Plexi, I'll take out the counter, man.
I'll cover you.
From command, the mayor signed off. They're quietly deep sixing the investigation into the bodies of Marlo Stenfield.
A money thing?
They're pulling back on everything. Man hours, equipment, lab work.
Just talking about how they couldn't continue.
Every last dollar we can find is being shipped over to plug the school system budget.
The worst part of the whole series, the news. Okay? The news, right? This is the newscast. Basically, this is the fucking Daily Planet for pussies. They're just the news. They have so many scenes, they take up so much screen time, and all this shit is boring. All of it. They just threw it in there. Like I told you, they just threw it in there. I think that was it.
Jimmy.
All right.
Fucking grip.
Now look, Jimmy came up with an idea to start faking there being a serial killer on the loose on a lot of dead homeless people for more hours. He kind of got creative, which was dirty as fuck. Like he was, staging shit, staging bite marks, all types of shit. Kind of stupid. It's kind of trash. It's kind of silly. No, not kind of. It's trash. I don't like this. I didn't like it. Not one fucking bit. All right? I just talking to him about
You're
it.
kicking out some money to work real cases, like Marlo.
They're going to switch off some of the budgeting. They're going to try to get unlimited budgeting and shit.
Shit like this actually goes to your fucking brain?
Yeah. If you don't want to listen to your partner, then listen to Lester. He has all the wisdom you need, boy.
Joke of it is, no one gives a fuck about a serial killer. Not unless he's carving up some pretty co-ed or some shit. Some papers put the story in their back pages.
You fucked up.
Yeah. Tell him.
If you want to do it right, a straight-up strangle's not enough.
He's on board. He's on board. He's on board.
As per your request for additional manpower and man-hours, unlimited overtime has been approved for the investigation into the killings of homeless men.
Now, this story gets public. The news gets a hold of it. The mayor gets a hold of it, and you know how the press get on his ass, and he basically gets the funding he wants. But he only gets 2 detectives, and they even started pulling real detectives off real cases, which upset it bunk.
Just took a real detective off a real case behind your bullshit.
Well, I'll fix that.
I'm gonna be honest. Even talking about this show, even talking about this season pisses me off. It sounds like bullshit because that's what it is.
Actually, these motherfuckers are gonna pay out enough for us to do Marlo's.
To do Marlo, that's it, right? There's nothing really going on to it. This nigga's racist. This shit is funny. This is the only reason why I put this in.
Seriously, I was just sitting in my chair reading the magazine is all.
And watching your crew work a ground stash, you mean?
This nigga had dog shit on the sand. Then he takes his shit and rubs it on the kid. Barksdale's in jail. He still kind of runs shit in jail. Marlo's kind of the kingpin now. I ain't gonna say they let bygones be bygones, but something like that. The Greek is still alive. He makes an appearance. For what? Nothing. Oh! I apologize. Yes, he does. Basically, he had the drugs. The connect went through him, through the docks, and it was all set up with the Greek because the Greek didn't want to work with nobody else. But what the fuck is it? Damn, I have bad memory. Proposition Joe. Through Proposition Joe. That's the only thing they wanted to work through. he basically went over there and said, you know, work through me now, and he working through Marlo. But remember how he set up Marlo to get robbed? Marlo found out, and basically it's like, it's GG's.
But my supply, the good dope,
The Greeks, they cool with it.
His own nephew snitched on him.
proposition then. I'll just step out the way. You'll never hear from me again. I'll just disappear.
Even though that was like a year ago,
You be able to mischief in
he
no
just,
time.
it's over. He killing him. I ain't gonna lie.
Truth is, you won't be able to change up any more than me.
Yo, he literally looks like an
Close
English
your eyes.
bulldog.
It won't hurt nothing. There now.
R.I.P. Proposition Joe. Now, guess who's back? Back again. Hey, Omar's back. Back again. Basically, Omar's people was killed, right? Because they was looking for Omar. Little did they know Omar was down in Cuba because he had like a big score where he robbed Proposition Joe, and he had so much fucking dope to sell that off. I'm talking about he was rich. I don't remember how much it was, but it was big shipments split among a whole bunch of crews. He had all that. So he was taking, I don't like to say he was retired because he was still selling fucking drugs, but which really makes no fucking sense because he didn't sell it all off. So what, you just gonna sell drugs when you need the money? I guess. Kind of stupid, right? So Omar was heard the news about his people getting killed, and he comes back in revenge, angry, and shooting shit up. Yeah, they even got the kid. I think he's in high school now. Kind of a drag out scene. I could have really skipped this whole part, but it's only funny because he does some fucking Batman shit. This nigga fucking jumps out the fucking building. Now I want y'all to tell me how many stories you think this is. Now these some long ass stories. Nigga, this probably like six to 8 stories. I'm dead ass. And he's just fucking gone. That nigga's in the winds, man. And he's just been running around town fucking with his money and telling niggas this.
They gonna wish I'd have peppered them a bit. Now you make sure you tell old Marlo I burned the money. Yeah. It ain't about that paper. It's about me hurting his people and messing with his world. Tell that boy he ain't mad enough to come down to the street with Omar. He want them to.
R.I.P. Omar. Do you know how Omar dies? I want y'all to guess what happens. He just goes down the street, goes to the Chinese shop, and they just shoot the nigga in the head. Who do y'all think killed Omar? Let's play a little bit of guessing game. All right, your time's up. That same little nigga that they beat the shit out of. Why? They may put his ass, he's trying to earn his stripes or be in the gang, but this was so fucking pointless. I literally, you know what's crazy? I was eating and I missed it because that's how quick the scene was. The scene was quick as a bitch, and they didn't talk about it again. Garbage plot lines. Now look, remember I told you about the serial killer? You know, he's been acting like him.
Where'd you get off?
The story's real popular. It's fucking stupid. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The story's popular. He's doing this little voice shit. saying like he doesn't bite him. He's not sexual. I don't know, or some shit.
Do that?
And it's just popular. Now the mayor tells them what they got to do. That everybody's literally focused on finding this serial killer. That's literally the new goal, and they get unlimited funding. All right. Now, in taking some of that funding, they was able to get Marlo. They didn't really show this part. They kind of just...
Another abduction or murder, as it is about making an...
Oh, no. Apologize. All right. You know how Marlo's dealing with the Greeks? They caught them niggas at a stash house. They caught Omar's people at the stash house. Getting dope. They got it on camera. Flicks. Police was laying in the grass. One of the niggas was getting bit by bed bugs. And they got his ass.
Major crimes down. We took a couple of weeks and got back up on Marlo.
And they had like the phones. You remember seeing how they got them? They had like the phones. They had the phones. Apologize, I didn't mention that. They had some fucking phones. They went through the phones, whatever. Bullshit.
With the right warrants, he's about to fall. The fuck? There's no time, Cedric. In an hour or so, I'm gonna need...
This show's been over for me.
Yeah.
Lester. What's up? We pulled up Monk dirty as a motherfucker. 8 keys of the raw. No, he Jersey rolled to stop, and when we tried to
Hey,
pull
make
him
sure
over,
that's legit. That could be flour. I say do what you gotta do.
he went rabbit on us. We ran him down on Lafayette by the overpass. You got the phone, right? Yeah, man. I got it.
That's the phone.
It's down.
That's one of Marlo's main
I
men.
need to arrest Marlo Stanfield, Chris Partlow, and Cheese Wagstaff. I also need someone from our SAO to get on the horn to Baltimore County for an S&S warrant on the Middle River warehouse. And oh yeah, Bunk Moreland has a warrant on Partlow for a separate homicide. He held that back so we could do this business here.
Anything else you've neglected to tell me, Detective Freeman?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I think you're caught up.
All right. You know, that's just them. They got the drugs. You know, this shit goes to the news. I told you, they're fucking bringing the politics into every fucking aspect of the show. Honestly, I think they ran out of ideas. Right. Darnell Rollins is in this show, too. That nigga's funny. Now, look, bro. You remember that little nigga? This shit is stupid, too. This little nigga, right? Oh my god, I can't stand this season, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This season is fucking trash. This little dude, you know, he was catching bodies for them, all types of shit. When they was in jail talking, they basically discussing about like who y'all think snitched, because they had to snitch in order for them to get there. It was like, it would be that young nigga. He be asking all them questions. Remember how Marlo get? They say, I bet. They trying to get the nigga killed, but he was up on game. The bitch pulled up and said, hey, we gotta handle some business, catch a body, but I got a piece for you. Leave your shit at home. But he knew what it was. He was.
What now, motherfucker? You shy?
He told her he got to piss and pull over.
Smart nigga. You always was. How you know?
Shut up, bitch!
Get
Sorry.
there early.
That's no disrespect to her. I just hate this season, bro. Everything about this season is trash. I don't think there's anything good about this season. If you want to watch The Wire and you don't watch season 5, just stop. Marlo gets caught. The end. I may have not have told you the truth.
Why? What I do wrong? Chris locked up behind something he done for you. And you downtown with the police. I ain't say a word. Yeah, that's what you say. But it's how you carry yourself. Always apart.
But he didn't.
Always acting wild.
All the niggas that they killed for snitching, they didn't snitch. Which is stupid.
What you told. You was never one of us. You never could be.
That shit was cheesy. I liked this scene because I wanted her to die. That's the only reason I like this scene.
How my hair look, Mike? You look good, girl.
Damn, nigga, was that a hand cannon? Hold on, I gotta hear that again. Let me put both headphones in. I hate that bitch, so I'm glad she's out of there. Damn, nigga. That nigga got them armored piercing joints.
You can go public with this thing if you want, but your shop is going to come out looking worse for letting it happen in the first place.
The better.
All right. Yo, now I'm putting together a connection. I am officially what you would like to call a genius. Shout out to Kanye. So look, I just realized something. You know how the whole serial killer shit was fake, right? They found out. McNulty told them. McNulty told Kima, Kima told the boss told the boss, and the boss told the other boss. And now that boss told the boss, which is the mayor. I mean, I'm be honest with you, that's what happened, right? Maybe I described it trash, but that's what it was. And it was kind of just like fucking, what season was that? Season 4, season 3? With the whole, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Wait, what did they do that was fake? Oh no, with the whole shit with the fiends, right? How they had the fiends, it blew up in their face, they got exposed, they gotta go public, shit like that.
Move is to shut it down quietly, and then deal with those responsible through back channel.
Yeah, McNulty's fucked. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He is fucked.
Go ahead and put up with Marlo.
See that?
Marlo's in jail now.
That's just the wrong way to look at it. Because Joe had his time. And
That's
hold
Joe's
on to the
cousin.
end of that. Then Marlo had his time, short as.
That's the big shot caller doing the meeting and shit.
And now, motherfucker, it's our time. Mine's and yours. But instead of just shutting up and kicking in, you're gonna stand there crying that back in the day shit.
Jeez.
There ain't no back in the day, nigga. Ain't no nostalgia to this shit here. There's just the street and the game and what happened here today.
You right.
Hey, niggas become real obedient when they got that pistol in his face.
When it was my uncle, I was with my uncle. When it was Marlo, I was with him. But now, nigga,
They just killing niggas for no reason. Nah, he had to go.
What the fuck you do that for? Now we short the 9.
That was for Joe.
Slim always been a real nigga, bro. Slim always been a loyal nigga. That was for Joe, bro. Cause that's Joe. That's the cousin that gave him up.
This sentimental motherfucker just cost us money.
Then he threw the cigar at that nigga, right? Marlo's out of jail. Let me tell you how. This was stupid. Allegedly, they got the wiretap, the phone shit, and I don't know, the warrant, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the fuck you need for the qualifications for that shit. And it was dirty, and it was illegal, so they couldn't put the charge to him. But his homies they all still cooked. The other niggas for the murder, the other bitch is dead. But basically, they told him, once he gets him out of jail, you have to be done with the game. They're going to be watching you. You do anything, you are fucked. So basically, he's out the game now.
Project. Very connected, very big with development around the harbor. He's someone you're going to want to know well. But kid, do not get in a room with him alone.
I think he's Jewish. Just because he said that. I take that out.
I want you to meet Tommy Flanagan before.
Look, bro, I ain't gonna lie, the way he just talked was crazy. This is the end of the show. The mayor gets the votes. The story about the McNulty shit, it doesn't really go nowhere. They just say they just can't find no more bodies. And supposedly the killer stopped. I wonder if I showed the Marlo part. Let me show you how the show, exactly how the show ends. I don't think I showed it. Alright, look. Basically, some niggas, Omar was walking in the street. Marlo was walking in the street. And some niggas had, like, put a gun to him. He said, do you know who the fuck I am? He fucking weaved the fucking gun. The bullet flied off. He punched the nigga, and they ran off. And the show fucking ended. That's it. Overall, The Wire, people saying it's one of the most legendary shows of all time. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Just gonna be honest with you. You can't go 2 for 3 and expect to be legendary. It doesn't work like that.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.